found the worst movie of the entire year so far, and it's only September. So if you really want that crazy, angry Brad review, then let's get on to it. Welcome back, film fans. This is Let's Be Real Brad. Today on the channel, I want to talk about the brand new Netflix original romantic comedy film called He's All That. He's All That is a remake of the 1999 influential film called She's All That. This film is a gender swap of that original film. The film is directed by Mark Waters, who you may know from directing notable films like Mean Girls and Freaky Friday. This film is about a teenage girl who sets out to give a nebbish classmate the ultimate high school makeover. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not plan to watch this movie at all. This movie came out of the blue with so much social media presence and being one of the most top popular movies on Letterboxd. I just had to review this movie considering all the bad reviews that I was getting, and now that I've finally watched the film, this movie is an atrocious piece of shit that I will never ever watch again. And I know I probably will have to watch a sequel because it is bound to happen at this point. Before I get into the review itself, I do want to say that I'm going to get a ton of dislikes for this video, even though that I have mapped out exactly what I want to say. Someone's going to call me a troll, someone's going to say that I suck, and something like Cinderella, where I got tons of dislikes for a movie that people haven't even seen yet. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to go all in on this movie. So with getting that out of the way, let's dive right into the acting first, because I have a lot to say about this. The acting in this movie is the worst of the entire year. I understand that many actors in this movie are going to be in their first feature film they've ever done before, but that's no excuse of how bad they are in this movie. I found every performance to be extremely annoying, completely fake, and no one ever felt like they were the characters that they were supposed to be. Especially Addison Rae, who was given the worst performance of the entire year so far. Her emotionless, monotone delivery was so deliberately bad in this movie that I made fun of her performance every single time that I could, because it was so unbelievably bad, considering that she has the most clout and the most influence out of every single person in this cast besides Matthew Lillard, because he's awesome. I don't know anything about Addison Rae besides being a very influential person on TikTok, but when it comes to the film industry, that's a whole other ball game. That is a whole other way to be criticized and be critical of, and I think she was absolutely atrocious. The other actors in this movie, like Tanner Buchanan, was probably one of the better actors in this movie, but he is still quite terrible and has no chemistry with Addison Rae in this movie. The next big negative I have with this movie is the screenplay. I found every single line of dialogue to be so hilariously cheesy, bad, generic, and just felt like a first draft. The reason why I say this is because this movie is supposed to be an hour and 30 minutes, and it felt like 2.5 hours. This movie has the worst amount of plot devices I have ever seen in this movie. There is one scene where one character puts their camera near a edge of the pool and not expecting that to go into the water. That was one of the most obvious things I have ever seen in a movie, because of course the other character takes it and throws the camera in the pool. Not like it's a spoiler or anything, because it doesn't even matter. There's so many moments like that in this film that it feels like that this movie just doesn't have anything to it. One of the biggest things I hate about this movie is the themes and the message. This could have had the most easiest way to incorporate a very positive message into this movie, what it's supposed to be like as a teenager, but every single character in this movie feels like that they're trying to be a model of sorts. It became very agonizing, and it was just trying to say, oh, well, your personal image, you shouldn't be fake, you should just be yourself. But every person isn't being themselves at all. And even when Addison Rae's character is trying to work on being herself, it just feels like she's the same character by the end of the film. It just makes no sense at all. And my last negative with this movie is the presentation, because it is easily the worst looking movie of the entire year. I saw Cinderella the other day and it looked completely horrible, but this movie looks even worse. There is no style or interesting shot selections in this movie, or any interesting color palettes that they use throughout the film. The way this movie shot is so incompetent in every single way possible, being one of the worst directed films of the entire year. And the editing is so laughably bad. I could not stand the editing in this movie. It was driving me nuts. Also, the music in this movie is so sappy, generic, and it's just a big shit piss fuck. Overall, guys, He's All That is a god-awful movie that I will never watch ever again. It was a painful experience that was filled to the brim with cringe, hilariously bad moments, and there is not one positive I could give this movie. And I do not think that you should go watch this movie. I'm giving He's All That a strong 1 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so I can see you all in the next video.